Welcome to a new episode of Overrated, Underrated. So again, if it's the first time you watch this series, what I do is I go on Fragrantica, I look for a list. Now I sold some older fragrance and all, and I kind of messed up, but basically is pretty much kind of a line of fragrance and Fragrantica that I just own, and I say what I think about it, if it's overrated or underrated, and that's about it. And the first one, I literally have the bottle next to me, and it's Lacoste. I never see the same name. I see Style and Play. I saw Red or whatever, this bottle here that no one talks about. I would say that it's underrated. It's not some crazy stuff. It smells nice. It smells clean. It smells sharp. It smells like a shower gel a little bit. So if you like those kind of fragrance, it's a nice one. But I would say it's underrated, mostly because no one talks about it, and it's a nice one. Next fragrance, Caron Yatagan. And Yatagan is probably one of the less known fragrance by Caron. Not like really the less known, but it's not pour un homme de Caron, let's say. This one is great. It reminds me somehow a little bit of Oud Wood by Tom Ford. If you analyze them, both of them next to each other, you'll know it's not the same fragrance, even if you don't. But it kind of remind me a little bit of the style of fragrance, and it's really underrated. It's really a great fragrance. Now it's getting hot outside, so it's not summer like fragrance, but in winter I like to wear it often. It smells really good, really underrated. Next one, I would go with four fragrance. The four next one are all the same brand. It's by al-rehab. There's Sultan al-Oud, Superman, and Lord. And al-rehab, I would say they are properly rated. Their fragrance are not like crazy quality. They are more on the cheap side on the quality. They last long, they project well. Maybe Sultan al-Oud not so much. But I would say as a brand they are underrated, especially Superman. That's really good. The other one too. Lord is nice too. But as a brand they are underrated. Or properly rated. Next fragrance, Acqua di Gio Profondo. I would say this fragrance is properly rated. A lot of people talk about it, but it is a nice fragrance. And in all the Acqua di Gio, I would say it's the best Acqua di Gio. So that's why I put it properly rated. It's still like aquatic. I don't really enjoy aquatic so much, even though there will be a lot of aquatic in today's episode. And I think Acqua di Gio as a line is overrated, but Profondo is just properly rated. Acqua di Gio Absolu. This one is overrated, absolutely, and it's the worst Acqua di Gio. It feels like, Acqua di Gio is the most popular fragrance for men, the most sold fragrance for men, maybe not the most popular, but the one that sells the most. And it's crazy to think that they made this fragrance. For me, this is Acqua di Gio that wanted to make more money and sells more fragrance. It feels a little bit like they took their Acqua di Gio fragrance and they were like, how can we make it more like those more mass appealing fragrance like L'Homme de Yves Saint Laurent and stuff like that. And they kind of tried to make their flanker of Acqua di Gio in that family of fragrance. I don't know why they made this, but it's really overrated. The original Acqua di Gio, I would say it's properly rated because most people talk about Absolu and Profumo and sometimes Profundo. Not many people talk about the original one. It's nice, doesn't last long, but it's a nice fresh fragrance. It's still relevant today. So it's underrated, but a little bit underrated. Even though it sells a lot, it's underrated because people don't really talk about it. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Pour Homme. This one, people talk more about it, and I would say it is a little bit overrated. Not too much, but a little bit too much. A little bit overrated. And for me, it's really an Acqua di Gio alternative. If you enjoy Acqua di Gio, basically you should buy either Profumo or Light Blue. It's one or the other. I would say those two are the best alternative to the older Acqua di Gio. It's from all those that I'm gonna talk today. It's the closest to the original Acqua di Gio, even though it's not Acqua di Gio at all. It smells nice. I think it's still me with my aquatic thing that I don't really enjoy it. That's why I say it's overrated, properly rated kind of fragrance. Buzz Bottle Intense. This one, I would say that is a bit overrated. Not too much, but a bit overrated. Not many people talk about it, but it's not crazy neither. So maybe properly rated, but people that really loves it, I think it's overrated. Spirit of the Brave Intense. This one I would say is properly rated because no one talks about it and the fragrance is not really good. So properly rated. Oxford Bloom by English Laundry. This one, the same. No one talks about it. It's probably rated because you shouldn't really talk about it. Ralph Lauren Polo di Blue. And this one I would say it's underrated. Also, it's in those aquatic fragrance. It reminds me a lot of Profumo, but without the smokiness. It's more of a fruity Profumo. So if you enjoy Profumo, it's a nice one. And I would say as an aquatic, I'm not a big fan of aquatic, but if I would go in making a top aquatic, top 5 aquatic, Deep Blue and Profumo definitely would be on the list. And that's about it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share. If you have a different opinion on what fragrances are overrated or underrated in my list, tell me what you think about it. So, thanks for watching and see you soon.